I'm just going to start with my little friend here, who's actually from IKEA. I never would have thought of IKEA as being a place to buy stuff for puppets and story times, but they actually do have quite a good selection. And quite affordable, so $6, not too bad. And I work a lot with middle years kids, the term we use, so school-aged kids. And I often bring my puppet friend with me when I'm doing school visits, especially if I'm doing summer reading club hike visits. And he's my little sidekick, and we do sort of an Abbott and Costello style skit where I get to be the straight guy, and this is the crazy guy who says all the crazy things. An example of that would be if I'm talking about what the kids have to do as part of summer reading club and what they get at the end. So my friend Leonard is going to help me out. I haven't actually named him yet, but for now he's going to be Leonard. And we'll say something like, Leonard is here today to help me tell you guys all about summer reading club. And I'd say something like, so Leonard is going to help me out. How long do the kids need to read every day to get their medal? The answer is 15 minutes a day. But Leonard is going to whisper something in my ear, and I will confidently say, 25 million hours a day. And then, what? 25 million hours a day? Are you sure, Leonard? Is Leonard right? And then we have a little back and forth. And he lets me be sillier with the kids than otherwise. And he's my little fall guy. And kids love correcting. Anytime they get an opportunity to correct, wow, that's awesome, because they're the knowledgeable ones. So I'll say at the end of summer reading club, the big prize is a sweaty gym sock. A sweaty gym sock? And of course, they all know it's a medal. No, Leonard, it's not a sweaty gym sock. So that's one way that I like to use puppets with a slightly older audience than with story times. That's all.
This is Goldie, and actually the Friends of the Library, we have a very committed group of friends at the library, purchased her.
Oh, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, and one of our members there had passed away, so it says in memory of Kay Bach, and she just loved to see us use puppets. So when I got Goldie, and she also had a retriever, and so it just seemed fitting that we could find this puppet. And I do a lot of the preschool story times plus school visits and do picture book club out at the schools, and I can tell you I find it doesn't matter whether the kids are 4 years old or in grade 3 or 4, you still can suck them in with puppets.
Sure.
So all Goldie does is she usually sits on my storytelling box when the kids come in, and they all get excited when they see her, and she just comes out, and she's normally really excited to see the kids. And I just say to her, you know, Goldie, something just doesn't seem right with you today. I mean, look at all these kids. Are you feeling okay? And we do a little scenario, and she just doesn't look right. And, you know, Goldie, maybe you just need to have a little bit of a lie down, or you do have a little bit of a fever. Are you okay? It's going to go on like this, and then she tells me, and I pull out a little yogurt container. Same thing as you know, what? You've eaten 18 containers of yogurt today. No wonder your tummy is bad. Oh, Goldie. Goldie! What is wrong? Oh, there is something going on with your tummy. So I make sure the kids hear this, right? And we flip around a bit, and then they really quite get into this. And then I put her aside, and we do a story together. Yeah. And then we do a story and whatever else, a flannel. And then they say, check with Goldie, make sure she's okay. So we do her temperature, and then I pick her up, and Goldie, Goldie, I'm so worried about you. Are you feeling better? And bit by bit, she comes to life, and then her tummy ache is all better. And all it is just, you know. I mean, I really kind of get into it a little bit. But it works really well. It's so simple. It's so simple. Yeah. Okay, that's Goldie.
A Circle Craft Fair several years ago. There's somebody from Quebec who had made all these outrageous looking puppets. And you know, I was still working at the time, we had lots of bunnies and teddies and ducks and things like that. But we didn't really, I have some people, but they're very kind of perfect looking. So when I saw this one, I thought it was exactly what I was looking for. So she's been named, has a lot of trouble doing finger plays because, for one thing, she only has 4 fingers, and also they don't stand up very well. So one of the things that we do sometimes is I say, okay, Miss Thing, how about if we do, show me 5 fingers, and she says, I can't do that. Well, how about head and shoulders, knees and toes? Okay. Head. Well, I don't have any shoulders. And I don't really have any knees. Got toes? Well, I've got feet. You're not really very much use. I could sing a song. Oh no, I don't think we want you to sing a song because your voice. What's wrong with my voice? Well, it's just a little bit loud sometimes. Loud? Well, you dare to call my voice loud? But this is a song that is one of those kind of camp songs, and it's perfect for Miss Thing. Mrs. Murphy's Chowder. Now, this is one of those songs that you might have to prep your audience for, because I remember somebody reading one of those Jan Thomas books about the cow who wanted a turnip, and the parents were all enjoying it mightily, and at the end one of the children said, what's a turnip? So if you don't know what chowder is, and you don't know what overalls are, you might have a little trouble, or your audience might have a little trouble. But Miss Thing doesn't care. I don't give a hoot. That's not very polite, sorry. All right, I'm going to sing in my very loud voice. Who put the overalls in Mrs. Murphy's chowder? Every spoonful makes you yodel louder. Der dinner, Uncle Ben used to fill his fountain pen from a plate of Mrs. Murphy's chowder. Won't you bring back Mrs. Murphy's chowder? From each helping, you'll be helping for headache powder. Don't think that's all that's going to make us yelp for headache powder. And if they had it where we are, you might find an Austin car in a plate of Mrs. Murphy's chowder. Won't you bring back Mrs. Murphy's chowder? You can pack it, you can stack it all around the larder. The plumber died the other day, they embalmed him right away in a bowl of Mrs. Murphy's chowder. You can clap now. Ernie was never a library puppet. Ernie was my son's puppet, and he just turned 36, but he still likes me. And if you notice that Ernie has a kind of a fade, it's because when my son was about 3, he found a pair of scissors and cut Ernie's hair. And I said, you know, Ernie's hair's not going to grow back again. And he thought that was okay. But Ernie's been on very many family adventures with us. And I don't know, is Ernie still on TV? I don't even know if Sesame Street's still on.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Well, good, I'm glad to hear it. I'd hate to think that I've been superseded by Power Rangers or something like that. Anyway, you know, a song I've always loved to sing is Rubber Ducky. But I couldn't find my rubber ducky when we were getting ready to come here. No. So I'll just have to sing it without, and you'll have to imagine that I have a rubber ducky on my lap.
Here's a chicken.
Rubber chicken. I think rubber chicken's something a little different from rubber duckies.
All right, I'll try. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm so awfully fond of you.
Cheep, cheep, cheep. Rubber ducky, where's the words?
Rubber ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, you make noise. Rubber ducky, you're my very best friend, it's true. Every day when I wake my way to the tobby, I find a little fella who's cute and chubby. Rub-a-dub-dubby.
Rubber ducky, you're so fine, and I'm lucky that you're mine. Rubber ducky, I'm so awfully fond of you. Cheep, cheep. Whack. Oh, rubber ducky. So that's Ernie.